Welcome to Watkins Glen. Today's race is quite unique in the sense of things got a little bit close, things got a little bit maybe out of control and a little bit heated, but more on that in a minute. Take a look at the Golf. Not used the car yet, and I thought why not bring it out of the shed and see what it's all about. So I threw a colour on it, stuck a couple of stickers on the side, and there it is in all of its glory. Chose again not to qualify for this race. We're going to be starting off in P11. Which is pretty much mid-pack. It's quite a full race at this one, so first corner is always going to be interesting. Thankfully I'm on the inside at the moment, so I can keep on the inside of this first corner. Usually the safest place to be on this track is on the inside. As we're approaching our first corner now, braking in, looking up behind the Honda Civic, rubbing that curb on the right hand side, and you can see already a few cars have gone off track. Position 8 we are in now. Coming out the other side, we have made it out in one piece. Just got to pass this Audi up in front. Looking for a way past right now. The Golf in itself is quite powerful, up to about 130-ish miles per hour, then it starts to run out of its own steam. Handling wise though, handles great. Really shocked me. I heard it handles really good, but it reminds me a lot of the way the Peugeot handles. Maybe a little bit more stable. As contact is made from the two Audis in front, I sniff up the inside and take that position. Absolutely beautiful move right there. The Link on the other hand is not happy with the move I have just made. As I come over to the right hand side, ready to take our next corner, I brake and the Link uses me as a cornering ability to ensure they don't need to brake as much as they have to or turn as much as they have to. Yeah, well done buddy, thanks for that. Audi Bob Knot has come up the inside of me right now. Link hard brakes mid corner, so I go into the back of him. And Bob Knot and the Link, Jip something, seem to have a little bit of beef with each other. So I'm not too sure what's going on there. I don't want to be a party of it, but I just want to get past these two. We're breaking into the next corner now, go diving up the inside. Link closes the door, and I have to go a little bit wide. Audi takes that position again from me, thanks to the old switching-a-rooing, and I'm stuck behind in this position. Okay, it's time really to get these elbows out, stop being so passive, and really start pushing my way forward. Coming around this corner now, Link goes off the grass, Bob Knot goes wide, and I use Bob Knot to stay on track. Thank you buddy, that's that position gained. Going a little bit hot into this corner, and accelerating out the other side. Now I just need to make a move on Jip Icos J up in front. Could have picked an easier name, or could be pronouncing it wrong, I don't know. 200 meter board, braking down the third gear, turning in, getting right up behind that Link, accelerating out the other side. Again, this car is not the fastest in the straight line. It's great mid corner or pulling away, but after about 130 miles an hour runs out of his own steam, so having the car in front right now can really drag me along. Then when I get into a corner, I can out corner them. Hopefully that is the plan ahead. That is what I have in my mind. As long as I keep away from Bob Knot behind, is 0.7 seconds away, I am keeping up pace with Jip Icos J up in front. These do seem a little bit sloppy through the bus stop. They go onto the grass, come back on track, and ultimately close the door again on me. I did back out. I didn't want to be punted off into the Shadow Realm and having to claw that back again. So I'd rather surrender in a place I know I'm going to lose. Thankfully though, the MG up in front is going to cause a few issues for the Link. So as they're slowing the Link down, I can really start to claw back in. Braking down the second gear here, turning in and up the inside we're going to go. Looking for that move to be made, squealing up my inside tyre, and I just don't have the power to be able to get through. So I know I can outbrake them. I'm going to come to the right hand side, looking out for just after the 200 meter board, hard on the brakes down the second gear, keeping them wide. I'm going to go up the inside here, and this is where a few more incidents take place and a little bit of poor judgment on my part. The Link on my left hand side is keeping me to the right, using their car as a battering ram, so I have a better exit this corner, going to look up the middle here. Absolute dumbest move ever, turned into a sandwich. Link is turning right into me. As I back out, you can see them clipping into the MG, so I guess they really have that tactic down to a T. So I go up the inside here and keep as far right as I can. I was tempted to push them into the pits. I'm not going to lie, it really was on my mind to just turn right and watch them going into that pit. I mean, you can always let me know down in the comments below whether I should have pushed them into the pits. Would you have loved to have seen me push them into the pits? Or did you think I became the bigger man and just overtook them and defended my situation? And I did the right thing. Let me know down below. Coming out of here, accelerating out the other side, I am going to defend this run as much as I can. I know the Link is going to be quicker than me once I get past about 130. So it's really a case of defending. So I'm staying to the right hand side. As much as the Link did not like it, they do push me along a little bit. They're going to go over to the left hand side. I'm going to be braking, and through the bus stop we go. I know I'm quicker through the bus stop than that Link because I do see him going a little bit sloppy through there. And out the other side we go. 0.4 seconds away, 0.3, yeah, back to 4 now. Away from the Link behind. Goes to show sometimes defending rightly and fairly in a position that they can't push off the track or anything like that does pay off. Yeah, I could have pushed him in the pits and gained that position anyway. Would have been funny to watch, and I would have been laughing to the end of this race. There's no two ways about that. And I'd like to hope that 90% of you would have also been laughing to the end of this race. But you know, that's not me in my heart of hearts. I can't do that. I don't race like that. Like, you know, I'm as fair as I can be, and if I'm meeting a person like that, I just outsmart them and outdrive them, and that's what I've just done now. At least I try to anyway. Coming round to this next corner, we're going to be braking down to second gear, turning in, rub that curb on the left and start applying power generously and keeping to the right hand side, accelerating out of this corner, up into fourth gear. As soon as you pass about 100 meter board, just let off the throttle a little bit, rub that curb on the left, come to the outer curb on the right, back over to your left hand side, knock it down into third gear, rub that curb on the right hand side, and accelerate out that corner. Now we are 3 seconds away from Scujo B up in front. They are 4 seconds away. That is quite a lot to find, really. We're halfway through the race at the precise moment. We are going to be pitting at the end of this lap. So hopefully I'll be able to gain back a little bit of time and catch up to position 3. I am, like I said, I'm only halfway through the race, so anything can happen in this time. So hopefully I'll get onto the podium. We are now almost 2 seconds away from position 5 in the Link. So we can't really grumble like that. 2 seconds in what? Half a lap? A lap? Absolutely brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. It shows you really how much they was slowing me down with all their shenanigans. So with that in mind, hopefully I'll be able to catch those 2 seconds up within a lap or 2 and be able to start making a move on position 3. That is what I have in my mind. Whether it works or not, who knows? But something that might help it work is if you hit that like button, I may gain an extra 20 horsepower through hitting that button, and I may be able to take over that position, or they go off track and have an instant all by themselves and I gain that position. Who knows? But you never know without pressing it. Coming up the hill, keeping on the left hand side, looking out for the 200 meter board just after it, before the 100, braking, you're looking about 130, 140 there, braking down the second gear and accelerating out the other side, coming back over to your right hand side, hard on the brakes, down to second gear, turning in, rub that curb on left, and as soon as you rub that curb on left, start applying power generously to the right and using the power to basically push the car out to the right hand side of the track. You don't need to adjust the steering. Coming through here now, rub that curb on the right, getting very close to those track limits, back over to the left, knock it back down into third, round this corner and into the pits we go. 3.1 seconds away from the car in front, so we gained a second a lap, and 4 seconds away from the car behind. As we enter the pits, we're going to be choosing another set of medium tyres, and we're going to be taking a moment out to thank our channel members, which is Andy Good, Jeffrey Anderson, DMC Motorsport, Sigmatic, Camilo Coleno, Daniel Adams and John Burns. Thank you guys for supporting the channel, and if you made it this far into the video, hit that subscribe button. But as we are coming out the pits now, you can hear a few cars and see a few cars have gone past us right now. Not a problem, don't worry about it. It means they're on the hard to soft strategy, so they'll be pitting pretty much at the end of this lap to do 2 laps on the soft tyres, which gives us an advantage at this present time, as their tyres are going to be quite worn and on the slower compound, whilst we're on a fresh set of medium tyres and pretty much going to be able to claw them back in. You do see position 6 right now is 1.5 seconds away, and we're going to start reeling them in as we enter the bus stops. Looking at the ambulance left hand side, down to 4th gear, 100 miles per hour through here, rub the curbs on the left hand side and accelerate on the other side. We have just gained 0.5 seconds on the car up in front, actually more than that now. We're 0.7 seconds away. So in a space of a quarter of a lap, we have gained already a second and a half on the car up in front. 0.5 seconds away. Now just going to have a look up the inside. Can I out-accelerate them along this straight? I do not know. Looking out for 100 meter border, closing that door, having to brake down the second gear, turning in. Going to accelerate early and up the inside we go, and the smoothest move made yet. That's got to be worth hitting that like button if you haven't done so already. Coming in on our left hand side, looking out for the 100 meter board, we're looking about 140 meters, braking down a second gear, turning in, and you can see position 5 up in front is 1.4 seconds away, and as well they have not pitted yet. Thankfully though, that as we are catching up to these cars up in front, we haven't been held back by them, so we really haven't lost any substantial amount of time from the car we previously wanted to overtake. Hopefully that means that we're in a strong position as these guys enter the pits. We'll be able to make a move. Here we go. See, position 4 up in front is Scoo JB. They are 2 seconds away, which means in that lap alone we also clawed back another second, which is astonishing. Looking at the leaderboard right now, position 6 Jip. Oh nope, now it's Bob Knott. They are 9 seconds away, so they're going to be well away from us, so we can't have any problems from them anymore. Bob Knott is the one in the Audi, and Jay, whatever his name was, is the one in the Link. At the end of this video, we'll be taking a look at the crash cam to see what situations took place that we was not party or witness to. It's quite fun to watch, so stick around and make sure you watch it. Coming through the bus stop, position 5, 1.5 seconds away from position 4. You see the 2 cars up in front are battling. Oh no! They came across each other and the Audi got taken out. Now I just got to overtake Braver 016325. Going up the inside of the Honda Civic, getting a bit nervous because I did see them take another car out. I don't believe it's their fault because the car did ride over their front end. And actually, I've got to give credit where credit's due. The Honda Civic being this... Oh, right, they're not pitted. Alright, well, I'll shut up. I thought they have already pitted. So, yeah, okay, no worries. We're in position 3, guys. Position 3. We're on the podium after the end of all of that. Now it's just a case of making sure that I stay on the tarmac this time and not fall off the track like a complete idiot like I've done before by overdriving myself or the car. Although I would like to catch up to position 2 because I made it this far now. They're certainly not going to catch up 18 seconds to under 3E90. So position 2 could be in the grabs. As we come around to start our final lap, position 2 is now 3.4 seconds away. I did calm myself down a little bit and more preserve the tyres, as well as making sure I stayed on the tarmac. We are keep setting a little bit better lap times through different situations of the track. We are setting a best of a 156.877. I do know I have done better before, but I can't really grumble because position 4 is now 5.3 seconds away, and I'm only 3 seconds away from position 2. Coming through the bus stop, going a little bit jittery through there, accelerating out the other side, and really maximising the corner. Hey, look at that! The Link we had fun with is now in last place and ghosted. Wonder what that is all about. Coming down here, as soon as you see the darker part of the track, braking down to 3rd gear, letting it coast around the track, 3/4 of the way around the corner, start accelerating out the other side. Coming back over to your left hand side, you're going to be braking just before the 100 meter board, hard on the brakes, down to 2nd gear, turning in, rubbing that curb on the right hand side, accelerating out of the corner. You do get like an inch or 2 of track width, there it is on your left hand side, so if you do go a little bit wide, try and aim for that little bit of there, and accelerating out the corner. Again, coming to the top of the hill after the 200 meter marker, braking just before the 100 meter, pretty much a flag in between them, and that's where you want to use the braking marker there. Coming around this corner, we are on minor tyre wear, but we are only 2.9 seconds away from the car up in front. I wish we had an extra lap. One more lap, I reckon I could have had that car. Never mind. 2.5 seconds away as we come around this corner now. Nice and gently does it. Rubbing that curb on the right hand side, back over to the left, knocking it into 3rd gear here. Rub that curb on the right, 2 seconds away from the car in front. Yeah, I reckon another lap would have done it. Never mind, we are on the podium, position 3, absolutely lovely. But don't go away just yet, we have another race at Laguna Seca And although it wasn't massively populated, it was a brilliant competitive race. Again, I chose not to qualify. We are starting in the position 3, which you can't really grumble. I think there was only maybe 5 of us in this race in total, but the battle was stronger than ever. And I know I've had it from a lot of people in the comments before saying to me, you know, it's not a proper race unless the lobby's full, things like that. But I'm not racing the lobby. I'm racing the car that's in front of me and defending my position that's behind me. So whether there's more than one person in this race, so let's say 2 people in this race, or 24 people in this race, I'm still only racing the car that is in front of me and defending from the car that is behind me. And thankfully, Red Johan and L is a brilliant driver, very fair, and we do have an absolutely great race. Although they are in an Audi, I'm in the Golf, which I would say are 2 very strong cars. The Audi is definitely a strong car, we all know that. It's OP as anything. It's the best car in the Touring Car series, besides the Lavorg, but the Lavorg only stands out in certain track situations, and, you know, each to their own, of course. But coming up the top of this hill, braking down the second gear now, turning in, looking to see if we can make a move. Going to try and cut that corner, it didn't work. They turned in and ultimately defended very well. Coming around here now, rubbing that curb on the left hand side, they do have a better exit than me. Planning ahead though, because the Audi is going to be quicker in a straight line than I am, I need to make sure that I stay within their tow. So braking just before the 200 meter marker, down the second gear, turning in and accelerating a little bit early out the other side. Again, they had a better exit than me through that corner. So there is time to be made on my part to have a better exit from corners. Coming over the hill far away where the Teletubbies time to brake. And down the second gear, turning in and keeping on the middle part of the track, a little bit grippier than the rest and accelerating out the other side. Coming back over to the left hand side, looking out for a 100 meter marker, down to second gear, turning in, rub that curb on the right hand side and come on to the left hand side of the track. Keeping on the left hand side, 100 meter marker, dab of the brakes, over on the right, as soon as you hit the curb on the right hand side, start accelerating out of that corner. And we're still 0.4 seconds away from the car up in front. Looking out for a 200 meter marker, down in third gear, about 75-80 miles per hour through here. As soon as the curb ends your left hand side, start accelerating up the hill we go. Keep it to our right hand side, again looking for a 200 meter marker, dab of the brakes, 90 miles per hour through the curb and out the other side. You can see me and the Audi in front are neck and neck, and it's really a case of capitalizing on the situation. Then we can make the move. Braking down the second gear through here and accelerating out the side. It went a little bit squirrely through there. Contact has been made. Accident on my part, and ultimately they take that position back and I surrender because I'm in the outer part of the track. I would have just been pushed off. It's not a situation you want to battle with. Coming through here now, keeping on the right hand side, 200 meter marker, hard on the brakes, down the second gear and turning in. And again accelerating as early as possible out of the corner and trying to gain as much time as we can along the straight. Yes, we didn't take that position from them at that precise moment, but I have shaken their nerves. They know that any mistake they're going to make, I'm going to pounce on it and I'm going to take that position from them. Braking down the second gear here, going to look up the inside now, accelerating out of the corner as early and as quickly as possible and not letting them have any breathing space. 100 meter marker, down the second gear, turning in, rub the curb on the right side, accelerating out of that corner, keep it to your left hand side, 100 meter marker, third gear, dab of the brakes, rub that curb on the right side and accelerating out the corner again. You still see they are 0.4 seconds away. It's quite a safe area to be 0.4 seconds because you can plan their braking in front and you're in the perfect area of slipstream, so you're not at a disadvantage. Looking out for the 200 meter mark on the right hand side, dab of the brakes, third gear, 90 miles per hour and accelerating up the hill we go. Like I say, 0.3, 0.4 seconds away is ideal really, because you can see and anticipate everything that's going to go on in front of you. Braking at the top of the hill, down the second gear, turning in, accelerating out the other side, hoping that they will make a mistake and get a penalty for that. It doesn't look like that's going to be the case, but I do get the inside line and take that position from them. We have got it, guys. We're in position 1. Managed to make that move work. Now the problem we have is the pressure has now been switched over. The pressure is now upon me to make sure I don't make a mistake, I don't let them capitalize upon me, and I've got to try and get away from them and really just drive my all and keep it as clean and perfect as possible. Everything I've just said is easier said than done. Braking at a second cone in, hard down to second gear, rubbing that curb on your left hand side, accelerating out of the corner and back over to the left hand side we go. 100-meter marker, down to second gear, turning in. As soon as you clutch that yellow curb on the right side, accelerating out of the corner, keeping to your left hand side again. 100-meter marker, dabbing the brakes in third gear, rub that curb on the right hand side. As soon as you clip that sausage, start accelerating out the corner. We are 3 seconds up this lap, which is brilliant, can't really grumble at that. 200-meter marker, down to third gear, 75-80 miles an hour through this section, accelerate up the hill we go, and keep it to our right hand side. Looking out for the 200 marker, down to fourth gear, down into third, 90 miles per hour, and accelerating up the hill we go. You can see we are keeping them at bay, 0.8 seconds away to 1 second away, which is absolutely brilliant. Braking at the top of the hill, down to second gear, rub that curb on the left, cut the corner on the right. Oh, that was a bit close. That was a bit close. Don't cut it as much as I just did. Whew. That was a little bit close. Could have got a penalty there, but thankfully I did not. Right, come around this corner now, third gear. As soon as you hit that sausage on the right hand side, start accelerating out of the corner. Looking just before the 200-meter marker, down in second gear, rub that sausage on the left, start accelerating out. Use the green pad as a bit of a runway, but just don't let your left hand wheels go over that curb. You will get a penalty for that. Start of lap 5, we are 1 second away from the car behind, and that is nothing but gravy and music to my ears. Coming into this corner a little bit sloppy, locking up a little bit, but accelerating out the other side. Thankfully they didn't gain too much upon us. I think they've actually followed us in, and now they're 1.2 seconds away. As we start our final lap, you do see position 2 is still 1.1 to 1.2 seconds away. Position 3 and 4, well, position 3 is near enough 18 seconds away, and position 4 is almost a minute away. We have this in the bag. Last lap, just don't mess it up. Nothing happened in between the race. It was just me lapping and lapping and keeping that position 1 overall, and we pretty much stayed neck and neck, roughly about 1 second away from each other throughout the last 5 laps. The thing is, I'm not going to lie, they kept that pressure on and they did not let go. So throughout the whole of this race, I have been on tooth and nail to make sure I nail every corner perfectly, keeping my speed up. You can see they are gaining again on us right now, 0.7 seconds away. As I'm breaking through this corner, accelerating out the other side and downhill we go, 0.9 seconds away. So I gain a little bit in corners while they gain a little bit in the straight line speed. They did manage to also gain a 0.9 second penalty, but I would rather win this race in position 1, which I think, unless I fluff up this last corner, we're going to have in the bag. Down to second gear, turning in and accelerating out the other side, and away we go. Position 1, guys, in the Gulf, absolutely smashing car. Now on to the crash cams. Now to start things off, let's take a look at what happened at the first corner. Audi comes in and the Civics end up doing some weird funky stuff. Another Audi takes this Audi off. More contact is made. Guernsey boy gets absolutely slammed to the right hand side. So let's see what happened to them. They turn to this corner, going on the outside of the track. Brave move. Audi clips him. Lots of Audi clips him, and another Audi is basically out of control and takes the rear end of the yellow MG out of contention. That was quite a brutal first corner, and a lot of carnage right there. The stop moment. Audi comes sending it through. This is what happens between the Audi and the Link. Audi was looking at the inside. Link went a bit sloppy and was pretty much keeping the Audi to the left hand side. As you can see, I did slip through. Coming down here, as I did, slip through, I start braking for this corner. The Link brakes very late and absolutely sends it into the side of me, using me as a cornering aid and ability. So there's no two ways about that. That was a massively late dive bomb. Audi comes at the inside here, and I pretty much squirreled to the outside and go into the back of the Link up in front. More shenanigans take place following this Audi along. Audi in front comes over and pretty much barrels itself over to make this Audi brake. Audi brakes, goes at the inside and pit maneuvers the Audi up in front. There's a lot of Audis in the centres. Audi up in front, not happy with what just happened. Gets a bit of revenge on the white and black Audi and sends them off the track with a long pushing pit manoeuvre. joys of racing. All is not over yet. The Bobcat Audi does send it up the inside of the Link and really pretty much makes the position work. Link not happy about the situation of being undertaken, slams into the side of the Audi and pushes the Audi off track. Yeah, that Link needs to have a word with themselves, because you can't sit there and get really upset when you're slow in the corner and get overtaken or undertaken. Thank you all for watching. See you all next time. Goodbye.